Hariom children, this is my third video on chapter heat. In this video, I'll explain you how evaporation and evaporation occurs. This is the two ways or two process in which liquid changes into vapor state. Two different ways. So how evaporation occurs and how evaporation occurs. One by one I am explaining you. Then what is the difference between evaporation and evaporation, I'll explain. So evaporation how occurs? Suppose you take a liquid or water in a container, it contains, and keep it outside in the open area. So what will happen? This water now takes heat from the surrounding. That means it takes heat from the sun. Water takes out the heat. This water. Now, when the heat absorbed from where? At the surface of the liquid first. So when heat absorbed by the water molecules on the surface, so when heat absorbed, the kinetic energy of the molecules increases. So when the kinetic energy of the molecules here in the surface, it will be increases, they move with a high speed. So they want to escape out in the form of vapor. So that is called evaporation. So evaporation occurs how? By taking out heat from the surrounding. By absorbing heat, suppose the sunlight is taking out the heat and absorbing the heat. The absorbed heat from where it will absorb? First on the surface. So near the surface, the water molecules now by absorbing heat, the kinetic energy of the molecules increases. If the kinetic energy of the molecule increases, now the molecules moves with a high speed. So they want to escape. So they escape out in the form of vapor. So that is called evaporation. What is vaporization? Suppose you take water in a container. In a container you take. Now this we have to heat it. In a stand you keep the water in a container and heat with a gas burner. We have to heat. It contains water. Now this water now takes out heat from where? From an external source, from the gas burner. So when it is absorbing heat from an external source or here from a gas burner, heating started from where? From the bottom. So by the convection, process of convection, you know that after some time the whole water gets heated. So they acquire, all the water molecules acquire sufficient kinetic energy to overcome the intermolecular force of attraction of other molecules. Understood it? When from an external source water absorbs the heat, first it is heated from the bottom. By the process of convection, the whole water after some time gets heated. So what will happen when the whole water is absorbed heat or heated? So what will happen? All the water molecules now acquire sufficient kinetic energy to remove or to break the intermolecular force of attraction of other molecules. By breaking the intermolecular force of attraction of other molecules, they escape out in the form of vapor. That is called vaporization or boiling. This process is called vaporization. This process is called vaporization and this process is called evaporation. Understood the difference between evaporation and vaporization? Evaporation occurs at the surface, on the surface. This is a surface phenomenon. But vaporization occurs throughout the liquid. And it is absorbing heat from the surrounding. but here it is absorbing heat from an external source like gas burner or electric heater. So understood the difference between evaporation and vaporization, how evaporation occurs and how vaporization occurs. So question will come, differentiate between evaporation and vaporization. In both the process, liquid changes to gas or in the vapor form. So what is the difference? So what is the difference between evaporation and vaporization? First one, it is a slow process. And it is a fast process. Then second point, it occurs on the surface. Now I have explained to you. It occurs on the surface. It occurs throughout the liquid. Clear? Then third point, what? It is evaporation occurs at any temperature. Shortly I am writing. It occurs at any temperature. Temperature you have to full write. Then here third point, it occurs at a fixed temperature. Shortly how to write the differentiate points, point wise. Then fourth point, evaporation produces cooling effect. But it does not produce here cooling effect. Clear? How the evaporation produces cooling effect? Suppose in the palm you keep water. When it will evaporate, you will feel cool. But in evaporation, this cooling effect does not produce. So it produces cooling effect but does not produce cooling effect. So this is the difference between evaporation and vaporization. Suppose 3 marks or 2 mark question will come. So 3 marks question 3 points, 2 mark question 2 points minimum you have to write. So understood between evaporation and vaporization. Now the next part is, what are the factors affecting the rate of evaporation? So one by one I am explaining you factors affecting the rate of evaporation. Suppose first one, increase in temperature. Increase in temperature. So when the temperature will increase, the rate of evaporation increases. Everything you have to know the reason behind it. So why? When the temperature increases, you know that kinetic energy of the molecules, water molecules increases. When the kinetic energy of the water molecule increases, so they want to escape out, so in the form of vapor. So by increasing the temperature, the rate of evaporation increases. The next one, area of the surface exposed. Area of the surface exposed. Area of the surface exposed means, suppose you take water in a flat container, in a plate, and you take water in a beaker, cylindrical shape. So where the rate of evaporation will be more? Definitely in a flat surface, in a plate, the evaporation will be faster. So the rate of evaporation increases when the area of the surface exposed more the area of the surface, the evaporation, rate of evaporation will be more. Why? Because when the surface area will be more amount of water molecules will escape out in the form of vapor. When the area will be less, so less amount of water molecules will be escaped. So there will be more space to escape when the area will be more. So evaporation increases with the increase in area of the surface exposed. Understood? So next one is here. Third one, nature of the liquid. Nature of the liquid. Nature of the liquid means there are different types of liquids according to their boiling points. So nature of the liquids means, suppose the volatile liquids. Volatile liquids, for example, petrol, diesel, kerosene. Many times you have observed, if you put petrol in your hand, you see with a fraction of second it will evaporate. So rate of evaporation increases with the volatile liquids as compared to other liquids. Why? Because volatile liquids boiling point is less or low. As the boiling point is low, so their evaporation capacity or rate of evaporation is more. Understood? So the rate of evaporation increases for the volatile liquids. Then here, blowing air. Blowing air on the surface of the liquid or over the surface of the liquid. Blowing air over the surface of the liquid. When air blows with a high speed, so it will take out the water molecules from the surface. As the air is blowing with high speed, so with him or with them, air molecules, and the air takes out the water molecules with them. So the vapor and the evaporation will be more, or the rate of evaporation increases. When the air is blowing with high speed with the air molecules, they also takes out the water molecules from the surface. So as the air is blowing with a high speed, so rate of evaporation increases. So rate of evaporation increases with the increase in your blowing air over the surface of the liquid. Just like when a cup of tea, when it is very hot, it is not possible to drink. So what we will do? We are blowing air over the cup or not, to make it cool, or to little bit air temperature to be make it down. So by blowing air, the means the molecules will be change escape out in the form of vapor, so it can be evaporate easily. Understood? Clear? Suppose the here in a closed container, already I have explained this one, this part, this area of the surface exposed. So small container and a big container, that one explain. Then this nature of the liquid, then blowing air over the surface of the liquid. All these four, the rate of evaporation increases with these all four means condition. When the temperature increases, the rate of evaporation increases. When the area of the surface exposed will be more, when the more the area of the surface exposed, the rate of evaporation increases. When the liquid is volatile, just like petrol, kerosene, the rate of evaporation is more. When blowing more, the air will blow with more speed, the rate of evaporation increases. So in all the four conditions, the rate of evaporation increases with this one. But the last one, with this one, the rate of evaporation decreases. Humidity. When the atmosphere is humid, so what will happen? When the atmosphere is humid, that means there is more water vapor in the atmosphere. There is sufficient water vapor in the atmosphere, so there will be no space for other water vapor to take their place. So what will happen? That's why the rate of evaporation decreases. When suppose in a rainy day and in a hot day, you will put your cloth outside and you can observe in a rainy day it is difficult to dry the cloth, but in a hot day it is very easy to dry the cloth. Why? Because in a rainy season there is already so much moisture in the atmosphere. Already water vapors, moisture means water vapor already sufficient there. So there will be no space for other water molecules to escape out in the form of water vapor. So that's why in the humidity and humid air, the rate of evaporation is slow. So rate of evaporation decreases in the humid air as compared to dry air. So all these five conditions understood. So I have explained to you the difference between evaporation and evaporation. May always have the children confusion, always saying that evaporation is same thing, but totally different process. Both are the process used to change the state from liquid to vapor, but both the process is different from each other. And the difference I have written. Now what are the factors affecting the rate of evaporation? Also I have explained all the five factors. First four, it is increasing with the this factor, the rate of evaporation, but the last one, in the humid air, the rate of evaporation is less as compared to dry air. So this much in this video. Again I will make you in another video. I will explain you the rest part. Okay, bye.